Hi, I'm Janis from JBMTHINKS Sports Parenting, coach's wife for 28 years and sports mom for 21. And today I'd like to address the issue of whether parents should go to their kids' practices. I think that when your kids are little, it's totally normal and practical actually to be at your kids' practices, if not for the purpose of saving gas and not having to drive back and forth. Just because you want to be there and see how they're doing, and they're cute and you want to watch, and it's you sit and talk to the other parents, and that's cool, that's fine. However, if you're going to go to your kids' practice, may I politely suggest that you be seen and not heard. Now, what I mean by this is that it's not that you can't talk to people and say a word. What I mean is you're seen and not heard as far as communicating and yelling at your kid while they're playing. Let me explain why I say this. Yesterday, my husband was in the weight room where he's helping coach at a local high school, and the high school football players were lifting weights and they were out running on the field and getting their workout in. And there was a dad there who was watching the practice and yelling at his son to run faster, to do this better, to work harder while he was doing it. And my husband is kind of new in this high school, so he didn't want to say anything at the time, but if he ever gets a chance, I'm sure he will. And I've been to practices like that. I went to a high school softball practice that my daughter was coaching, and the dad was standing on the side of the game or the practice, yelling at his daughter in the outfield to hustle, to get the ball, and a variety of other commands. So let me just say, if you're going to go to your kids' practice, even when they're little, please just don't be heard by them, at least as far as yelling at them and telling them what to do. Let the coach do that during the practice. It's not your job, and you're distracting them, and just be seen as far as your kids are concerned. It's okay that they see you, but you don't need to be heard by them as far as yelling instructions and telling them to hustle and work harder. Now, when your kids get older, to middle school, high school, especially when they're on their own and they're driving, I'm going to tell you that I think it would probably be better if you didn't go. Now, I will be honest and say, I got to be honest up front here and tell you that when my son was quarterback of his high school football team as a senior, I was dying to see how he did at practice because I knew he was fighting for a spot. And so I would watch, but I watched from up on the hill where he didn't even know I was watching, and I was like way far away. So if you're gonna do that, back off at least, and don't be breathing down their throats or breathing down the sidelines. If you're gonna watch and your kids in high school or middle school, please don't be heard. Be seen, maybe. Back off. The better far away you are, the better. But don't be heard. Don't be yelling at your kid. Better yet, don't go to their practices when they're in high school. Why do you need to be there? It's just for your own curiosity? Is it because you want to be sure that they're getting their fair share of reps? I don't know what the reason is that parents do that. And I know that I did it those few times out of pure curiosity, but I wasn't going to do anything about it. And I didn't even want my son to know I was there. So I would encourage you, if your kids are in high school, and especially, when they get to the point where they're driving themselves, or if they don't need you as a ride, there's no reason for you to be there. There's absolutely no reason for you to be there. And so I know it's hard to back off, but let that be your kid's space. Let your kid have that time without you watching everything that they do. I think our kids need that sometimes. They don't always need to have us watching everything that they do. So if you're going to insist on going, at the very least, be seen and don't be heard. And better yet, if they're in high school, upper middle school, don't even go. See if you can stay home and let them have that time to themselves. So all that to say, have a great week. Be part of the Positive Sports Parenting Tribe.